it doesn't look too good for paperex. You might think this is an eagle, but it's not. The weaker weapon on Forsaken, good for 2. Maybe more to be found, but nobody low. He's 90 HP, finding another 3. Help! Out of 5 for Forsaken! An ace to put it. Gambling that if they take A, they'll play the retake. Obviously, they've got some very well-drilled retakes lined up for us, and I think here's where we're going to get to see, you know, this is nasty for Munyet. It's expecting to see something from EDG, but they might not have much of a chance. If they expect this one, I will be flabbergasted. A free kill for sure, maybe even a second now. They know his tricks. It's time to fade down.
Oh, they're going to have to look for that every single round. In the meantime, though, the rest of the team has started to get a bit more aggressive. Davai up close already doubles up their advantage, not allowing this retake to even really begin. Leaving just a couple remaining, and while the potential of flawless might be gone, but it is damn clean from the side of paperex.
Yeah, that's a round that they're going to be extremely happy with. On the EDG side now, something for them to worry about as they're playing retake A, wanting to rotate quickly down that avenue, and now they've got to be worried about a player being up top. In fact, even as we go into this replay, this same position that Munyet's in is being pinged like crazy by the side of EDG. They're telling each other, this is where he is. He's going to be there. Watch out on the rotates. So everyone knows they pulled the trick out of their sleeve. Got a Viper's Pit online. They can't afford to give this ground up and play behind the wall. As they play in front of the util on A, price is paid. Smoggy down. And a null command used for paperex as they claim control of this site, presumably unchecked. Remember, also a Viper's Pit for post plant, and this op is still lurking around. There's a lot of red flags flying for EDG.
He might find the space, though. They don't even realize he's here because he was already past the angle initially. Chichu at least finds a slight gap. Already, though, Thrash thrown out will give an awful lot of information. They're going to spot at least one player in that back line, and look at Davai. Slowly on the wraparound, he was following it, but the shots might have just given his position away. The operator going to hold the gap in a wall. You'd expect something to hit this shot all day long, and he won't miss. 3 kills already to his name. Little bro going to be sent out just to try and claim some extra space, but for now, still a lot that EDG need to do, and not a lot of time to play with. Kankan, the last man standing, and he will meet the same fate as the rest.
Well, I expected something to do. Well, they're trying to play the RNG, but the wall is helping, blocking, absorbing some of those shots, even though there's a gap in it that EDG are now going to use as they make their way through. There's a TP out of Aldon, and a 3rd kill! A real chance for EDG to fight back in this round. It's something left. Low HP on Smoggy with the decay, and it's an op to work with for something. Now the heals come through. That op needs to land its shot. The time already running. Can something even save the rifle at this point? He's got to run fast, and looks like he'll just about be caught.
Yeah, they've got rid of him. That's so much damage done by EDG, and honestly, I don't know how Haldong managed to do as much as he did, pushing into a Viper's Pit, finding a gap, and getting 3 kills off the back of it. Again, that's another low buy round for EDG. Okay, take. I don't like those odds, and well, nobody is at least going to be able to find one before trying to back away.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. So this is a big change, because, you know, paperex obviously happy to play retake on A from the start of the round in a 5v5. In a 5v4 without Kankan, even better. But now the numbers have changed hands a little bit. The advantage no longer sits towards paperex, and there's 2 players on the B site still with a lurk from nobody, active in mid. This has to be huge for Davai, and he won't get anything. These last 2 players even splitting up. Oh, this could be dangerous. They don't check the close right corner, which, I mean, you wouldn't really think to check this late on in the game. Well, the punishment is dished out firmly. Nobody. Massive round. He's had some big rounds like this before, but we can't rely on that every single time, Tom. 11-5.
Oh, that was huge from him. Just taking some of that space back into mid, being able to fight the player in market, and then win a duel of, I think it was 2 players, able to give them a lot of control. But they are going to look to try and force him back. The drone again being utilized just to try and clear this position. Something just has no fear, though. He's ready for someone to try and take that risk, but it has pulled a player further forward. The problem, though, is that this B main stack-up is still here.
Yeah, the second player's not expected. Of course, it's mindfreak. Although the poisons might be off, he's still got his rifle ready to fight. And Kankan with another death on the board. He's struggled in this series, but mindfreak most certainly has it. And with Forsaken dropping nobody, it's looking like this might be Map 2 already on the minds of EDG. Chichu with another clutch that he won't win. And mindfreak on the triple. That is the first map for paperex. And a very promising push down on bathroom to grab another. We'll see.
He's just going through it, isn't it? Yeah, of course he is. He was surprised by that. The opponents definitely weren't. They were ready and waiting for something to take a risk. Of course, he was only with a pistol in this round. Cove actually going out just to try and clear the close angles and go above it. They are taking some casualties, and actually a weapon has been found. Chichu, though, is desperately low on health. Can he find anything more? Yes, he can! He's already got a second! Stuck reloading, though, a little bit unlucky. A nice attempt from Chichu, and again, a round that shouldn't even have been 0.
But EDG managed to upset them down to just one player left with a lot less. And, oh, he's gone through.
In between.
That's perfect, like a scene out of Ocean's 12.
The smoke is Haldong. Managed to get one. The boombot's done a significant amount of damage, but he's still in the corner. They haven't spotted him. Still just surviving now. Chichu's found another as well. I don't know how these rounds are going down in the fashion they are. Haldong still alive! How has no one cleared this man? He's been in the same position! And then they've done it flawlessly! That was a MasterCard Thrifty, by the way, guys. That was a MasterCard Thrifty.
These guys are all right with weak weapons, it looks like.
They're better.
It's beautiful, but they still have to swing in to Smoggy. And that's where the real trouble begins.
Yeah. Oh! Okay, you can't give something anything! And the beta cross as well from Monye is gorgeous. Finally, they managed to deal with him. Something down. And now they've gone for the TP, but this is somewhat of a ruse. They've left Monye behind. It seems like it's being watched for, but the other two players looking to try and head potentially into the A site. Only one defender and a second slowly being pulled in.
2 smokes for mindfreak. Could lob one on A to cause problems. You can EDG are extremely patient, perhaps knowing that if you leave that clock run down low enough, paperex are going to get aggressive. Now TP is heard towards A, steps are made, but the flank is underway. Trap is watching it. That's something for them to work on. And the trap is destroyed. Here comes a quick triple blitz on the back as the players desperately hold on to control over the site. Reinforcements are on their way and just now arriving, but a quick switch from EDG sends them towards the defender spawn. And Forsaken somehow stands strong inside of Lambs. 4 kills on the Frenzy. And another pistol round for paperex. Normally, Tom, this is where we'd be getting the violins out for EDG. They lost the pistol to start with. They lost the 3rd round to follow up. And now they lost
a lot really to play with. They're going to try and just almost run their way through it, but they're slowly being revealed every single time they try and make their way through. Finally, the reckoning will fade, but mindfreak now in position. A cove for Forsaken to try and almost fight within, and they are falling like flies. Forsaken winning every battle, leaving just Chichu remaining. 8 seconds and 5 members of the other team still to find. There is no shot that he gets anything from this one, and finally, well, Monye will fall, but davai immediate on the reaction.
Yeah, you know, initially I thought Forsaken's probably put out the reckoning because when they push on the side of EDG, they're well, first of all, information. Secondly, when they push, they're likely to be
actually unable to really capitalize on it.
Haldong again! How does he keep doing this? It's unfathomable. This is a classic lure. I've seen Nats do that, but he had an orb and a wall. Oh, come on! Again and again, 2 kills for Haldong, and I said they've been scary. They're goddamn terrifying. Forsaken, he's held this position with a frenzy, but that was against pistols.
They know where
he is completely surrounded. What? Nice spray. It was davai to finish it off, but Haldong has a 3rd kill. He started this with a goddamn classic.
1 enemy remaining.
Wow. And there's only 1 man left. It's going to be Haldong. It is going to be another MasterCard Thrifty, that I'll be honest, makes absolutely no sense.
What's going on?
A man switch over to...
Well, pressure's on EDG on the way back through, and it's off EDG just that quickly. Khan, I don't know where this guy was the last 2 maps, but he certainly turned up today. 3 kills already, and well, it doesn't look too good for paperex. You might think this is an eagle, but it's not. The weaker weapon on Forsaken, good for 2. Maybe more to be found, but nobody low. He's 90 HP, finding another 3 health. Forsaken! An ace to put it around. EDG pushing up close, stun being held, but the shot lands a little too quickly. And now there's an isolated breach on this site. Smoggy is going to be feeling lonely for a while. Con a little too far away. Smoggy's going to have to hold this all by himself, and he peeks in just at the right time to grab two. They're back in contention, and now Con's here. No room for paperex on the site with Munyet on 70 and the spike in the open. This is going to be a very difficult clutch, and he's found the first.
That's risky. Chichu goes peeking in. Howdong's able to close the distance. As you said, he's had a quiet game so far. Showstopper online, but with half HP, might not be worth popping. Munyet just trying to isolate the angle, find out where his opponent is, and now just standing with rocket in hand, not quite knowing where his opponent's currently coming from. It is a TP into the side, and Howdong eventually gets the job done. Plenty of time left on the clock, and EDG are going to increase that lead to a half victory.
That was actually really impressive that I didn't see the showstopper just shot at the floor right after the paranoia came through. I think Howdong repositioned perfectly. He couldn't have played that any better. And in fact, I think with most players, he would have baited that showstopper out and left him in a very tough position. Con dropping the spike, buying the time, and setting them up for that success. Howdong finally having his round. This is 7-4 for the side of EDG. Map 3, a long and hard-fought series. And this half is going to come to a conclusion. Is it 8-4 or 7-5 for paperex? That's going to make a hell of a big difference. He comes in, Chichu's under pressure. You might think, but you would think wrong. That, I'd love to see Coach Alex's cam as that one comes in. Weapons picked up, they hear them backing off, the paranoia is there. And the flash out from Forsaken, he's not going to give it up. This is the right play. He wants to pull the advantage back into their hands. With the spike down, he sticks around after turning. Another huge round. He might not be alone, but he doesn't need backup. Not when he's playing like this. Mindfreak closes the round, and well, it was very close to being 2 aces for Forsaken. This man is single-handedly keeping the team in it.
Yeah, there have been multiple rounds now that, well, ironically have looked Forsaken.
Battles, but there's no signs remaining of that anymore. Lots of players from EDG ready to run into a site. That's going to be the Rolling Thunder. That's point of contact close. Already is Forsaken. And he's caught one, but he won't get out of there. The spray is too good. Quick rotate by Mindfreak straight into a stun. He's kept back for a moment, and that wall is buying space and time, but as they cross it, they're lower. Easier to take down! And Mindfreak catches all 3. paperex aren't giving this up just yet. The gap is down to 2.
Yeah, somehow. Somehow the gap is within touching distance for paperex with how things have gone.
Pushing into it. Now, these are big players. Munyet's had a good game, but Forsaken, he rated his team at a 6 out of 10 right now. He's been 10 out of 10 all damn day long. This map, thriving. The challenge is about to come through. The flash has caught him, but he's turned, and it's nice. 2 quick kills, a decoy in, and a TP out. The advantage is extended even further as paperex look to put another round on the board. Buy a little more time. Forsaken, another 3K, another big play from this man, and he's waiting for his teammates to round the corner before he takes that fight. 3 more chances for EDG before they hit an overtime.
I've heard a strat back in the day, played by many a team.
What's that?
Called avoid CNED. And I think
they hit an overtime.
I've heard a strat back in the day, played by many a team.
What's that?
Called avoid CNED. And I think that they may need to try and incorporate that on the EDG side, because genuinely, Forsaken has been the one thorn in their side. They have looked like the better team throughout this map. A pistol either side, there's no excuses in that regard. Winning hero rounds, Con back online, nobody as well. There hasn't been a weak link, but when they run into Forsaken, wow, 9 times out of 10 they lose the round. He is the sole defender of this A site right now, with a little bit of support coming. Showstopper for Con could put the end to him, but it looks like he just wants to take a firefight.
Oh, they've cleared heaven, but look at the space taking by Munyet. It's perfect, but Con's ahead of him, finding the kill. Forsaken flash to to work with. TP towards screens. He's going to try to get the kill. No, in fact, he's not. The flash is just used as he falls further back. And now here comes the big ol' rocket. Forsaken's dodged it nicely. Spray good for something. The rolling thunder going up towards heaven. It's not caught the players, and the site is under threat. Something maneuvers around and jumps into Khan. Eventually, he'll fall with Forsaken on another and low HP on Smoggy. The spike on the A site. And a very tough one for them to retrieve. They don't know where that second player is, but they found him. It's all on Forsaken. 2 kills, but the spike is at his feet. He knows these players have to push him. The utility 2 flashes will now no longer, and it's a few bullets in the difference, but that's enough. EDG.